2025 was seen as the year that everything would change. Game changers got promised, more exciting competitions, more orgs interested in joining. We had talks about Giant X maybe joining. We had so many new orgs like Galleons, Solari having a new exciting roster. And then January, Sheep Esports released an article about game changers possibly starting in April already. But what happened afterwards was radio silence. We heard nothing from the organizers of LGC or EEC. It took until June that we heard something again from LGC. Everyone was excited for the game changers finally coming to League of Legends as well. And in June, so 2 months after the prompt start, we got news. But all we got was the condensed Rising edition, which honestly was kind of a joke. Then Nova Series also got announced after LGC ended, which also had a super condensed version with 2 open qualifiers, which is cool. I like open qualifiers. But then a playoffs bracket, best of 3s, single elimination with 4 teams, okay. But it has to be done because time constraints are there. But we got the promises. Hey, we have to do this year. It's just a test run. It's all right. And 2026 is gonna be crazy, okay? We're gonna have Nova Series, possibly 3 splits, yeah? Maybe something like in Valorant where you have EEC and Nova Series, where you have regional competitions and you qualify for the LGC and all that jazz. All the conspiracies got mixed around and everyone thought they knew what was gonna happen, but nobody expected that to happen. Which was, the problem for last year was that LGC blocked a lot of time slots for other tournaments like the EEC, for having a better format or a longer runtime, and other tournaments from happening. And also orgs invested with the expectation of LGC happening throughout the whole year and having players compete the whole year, not just scrim half the year, then play 2 weeks and then not have to play ever again. For 2026, everyone expected again something bigger. Nova Series was expected to have a 3-split format, akin to the LEC. More orgs were set to join. Rumors were spread that there will be more orgs than players. We will not have enough players for the competitions and for the teams and everything. Well, this didn't really come true, huh? So the first shock for the scene was in the end of December when G2 Hill announced that they will pause their operations. Most likely because of G2 Nord also starting, the Prime League team or the ERL1 team that's currently competing in the EMA Masters. It didn't quite sit right with people that G2 left. Now the first official announcement was the participation of 2 FemScene teams in the LFL Invitational. Initially it was planned to be, I think, the top 2 teams from LGC or something. Well, G2 Hill disbanded and Eterna disbanded, so yeah. So they took Vitality Rising Bees, which makes a lot of sense. It's a French team. It's Vitality, makes a lot of sense. And Yomea, made by the streamers Yumi and Alunea. And yeah, they competed in the NFL Invitational. Therefore, they were the first FemScene teams to officially be announced. The rosters look pretty good. Can't say otherwise. The rosters look good, and although they couldn't really compete with the LFL1 teams, which was not expected to happen, right? I mean, it's LFL1 teams. They are there for a reason. They had a pretty good showing. Yumea also had a lot of issues with the allegations Clef had. Therefore, they had to play with a different AD carry, or with Lunea as AD carry, and then Zenith top and all that. It was a bit messy. After that, it got a little radio silent again. The initial expectation was that Yumea will stay together and compete throughout the year, but I guess the whole Clef situation made it that, they disbanded. In the time period since, the very, very little teams got announced. The only notable one is Mental Rush, and maybe PCS Latina, I guess. And SK Varosa have been radio silent about their operations. They do have Apollonia still signed. There's a team still not yet announced, but word on the street has it the trials are finished and they already locked their players. And last week, word finally broke. Nova Series announced their return for the latter half of 2026 with news about the format and schedule hopefully coming later this month. And LGC also got announced. They changed their organizer from Wikipedia, who made LFL and EME Masters, I think, before, to NEO, which is a newly found esports organization by the head of esports from Wikipedia, or the previous head of esports from Wikipedia. They promised to have better communication, longer tournament runs, and multiple entry points, kind of like the EEC in 2023, which was a pretty interesting format. Now, details regarding the format will be revealed at the end of the month, hopefully, and maybe the LGC will also starting in April. So that would be crazy. That would actually be crazy. Now, the interview is overall pretty interesting and a good read. I would actually, if you have the time, go read through it. It's pretty nice. And they actually talk about some of the issues that FamScene plague. And the responses Bertrand gives are pretty promising. So, give it a read. Maybe this year it will be better. Maybe this year. So, with all that being said, where are we now? Competitions will return, hopefully as soon as April. Currently, there is a large void because almost no orgs invested in the FamScene. A lot of orgs also pulled out, like all the French orgs like Gallian, Solari, Serrans, they all pulled out. G2 obviously pulled out. There were no new investors coming in. Yeah, there's a really huge void with, I'll show you later, a lot of free agents and very little teams actually competing. So EC has not made any announcement regarding their return yet, but that's pretty usual. They come out normally in April with their announcements, so we'll see. Hopefully we'll get something next month. Everything we know so far about FamScene for 2026. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it. If so, then leave a like and subscribe and all that shit. So yeah, I'm gonna see you around